How's it going, friends? My name is Fringy and welcome to Should I Play Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, every time I try and record gameplay for this thing, it inexplicably crashes for no reason, so you're gonna have to make do with some crappy screenshot of the game that I'm gonna put up. Apologies in advance, but I'm gonna get the point across. So, coming into Wolfenstein: The New Order, I was kind of had expectations, in a way. It's a single player only game, which is refreshing when most shooters don't rely on single player at all. And it's also a Wolfenstein game, so I was expecting some more old school elements of shooters mixed in with the new. So I was kind of looking forward to a different shooter experience than what we've seen recently, because let's face it, it's pretty much only been multiplayer and it's getting pretty stale. So am I enjoying this game? Yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a lot actually. It's just really fun. But first, let's talk about the problems. Some people are really being shallow and talking about just the graphics when they're actually ignoring some other problems that the game has. The graphics, they're okay. They're not special, they're not bad, they're just okay. The texture quality is pretty awful, and there are a lot of jaggies, but then sometimes things look really good. I think what's part of the issue is that the art style is so bland and brown and grey, which it is the setting of the game, so you can't hold that against them too much, but it still makes the game look kind of ugly. I think what makes it worse, for PC at least, is that I'm just getting really weird performance. Now, you may say, oh, but you're just running on a crappy computer, it's your fault. No, I just upgraded to an R9 290, and the game still runs weirdly. I've got everything bumped up to Ultra. There's just massive screen tearing with VSync off. And even though I turn VSync off in pretty much every other game, I've never seen screen tearing this bad in a AAA release. It's ridiculous. And the frame rate drops all the time. I just don't understand why. Sometimes a lot of stuff will happen on screen and the game runs at 60 frames per second hard. But then I'll look at some badly textured background and then the game will drop down to like 40. I mean, it dropped down to 30 at one stage in an interior area. That is insane. Now, I have heard that some people have been unable to actually play the game on PC, particularly on the AMD side. So perhaps that's why I'm getting this weird frame rate issues. Maybe Nvidia cards are having a better time, but that is unforgivable in my eyes, that some people can't even play your fucking game because you didn't optimize it. And the download is 40 gigabytes, which, what? It doesn't even look that good, and it's 40 gigabytes. Okay, aside from all that, what's the other main problem I have? The story is kind of a mixed bag. You know, sometimes it's interesting, but it sort of jumps around constantly. Now, I'm only about 3.5 hours into the game, so maybe it will get better since I hear it's meant to be a very long game, but that's something we'll have to wait and see for. However, I did say that I enjoyed this game, so what is it about this game that I enjoy? It's a game that doesn't give a shit about realism or any of that stuff, and just gives you lots of weapons and says, do whatever you want, you know, go balls to the wall action, play how you want, just have some fun blowing some fucking Nazis and robot dogs up. And that is really fun. It really is. Dual wielding shotguns and sniper rifles may not be realistic, but it's a blast. It's just so much fun to see things blow up and just slide around killing hundreds and hundreds of Nazis. And the way that they just blow apart is just so cool to look at. And I think what I enjoy about this game is that it supports multiple playstyles. Now, it is a game that really is about balls to the wall action, but it always gives you the option of stealth in a lot of encounters. Usually you'll come into an area, and then if you play it smart, you'll be able to eliminate everybody in the area with silencers, knives, throwing knives, all of those things. They give you the arsenal that you need to actually go stealthy. But at the same time, they give you the arsenal you need to go crazy and just blow everything up. And some of the other things that I enjoy about this game is non-regenerating health. Like, it generates to a degree. It generates about 20%, up to the highest 20%. But you need to get health packs, and you need to pick up armor, which is a return to the old school shooters like Doom, and of course Wolfenstein 3D, which I very much enjoy. Now, I saw someone criticize the game saying that you have to pick up everything and that's bad game design. Anyway, let's move on. The weaponry is pretty damn cool. I already talked about how you can basically dual wield every weapon in the game. But even then, there are just these awesome weapons. There's one that pretty much vaporizes people. You got Tesla grenades, which just blow stuff up. And the cool weapons and the variety of weapons is similar to how awesome the variety of enemies are. You'll be fighting Nazis, Nazi robot dogs, giant mechs. It's just so much fun to take on these huge robots. And then when the music kicks in, it makes it all so much better. The sound design is pretty damn excellent. The voice acting ranges from passable to pretty good, but the music and the punch of weapons really makes it seem impactful. I've heard people say that this game has weird gunplay that's not really fun. I kinda don't understand how you can say that. Everything feels impactful. Even though you're tearing through lots of people, it just feels like a lot of fun. And of course, the interesting thing about it, the whole alternative history stuff, which I do very much enjoy. The alternate history thing is really cool, and it does lend itself well to some cool story-driven bits. Even though the story is overall mixed, those parts are quite good. You know, seeing the desperate sort of struggle of people after Germany wins. And then, of course, you've got lots of little hidden newspaper articles that you can read if you want to learn more about the lore. All of that stuff is there, which I do appreciate. So ultimately, Wolfenstein: The New Order is a fun game. It's not amazing. It doesn't really revolutionize. Rather, it combines elements of old school and new school to feel fresh. In an era where we have lots of shit shooters. And I mean a lot of shit shooters. I'm really just quite happy with the game. Whether I would recommend it to you on PC is a different story with the kind of sporadic performance, and it isn't really a next-gen game. That being said, it's a lot of fun, and if you're looking for a fresh, interesting shooter that is a blast to the past and just balls to the wall action and just doesn't give a shit, this is the game for you. Thank you for watching Should I Play Wolfenstein: The New Order. I'm Fringy, and as always, have a good one.